Do you like scary movies? Do you like being disappointed? So, a little fun fact about me is Scream is my favorite horror movie franchise of all time. No question. Sorry, Halloween. I love you too, but you get the silver medal here. When I first heard they were announcing a new Scream movie in 2022, making it the 5th installment of the franchise, I'll admit, I was really intrigued. Then a year or two later, they announced that they were doing Scream 6. And of course, everyone knows with sequels, especially to horror movies, and especially with this one continuing a franchise that has been going on for 4 movies previously, you can't help but have some doubts that these could not be that good. But to my surprise, I personally enjoyed Scream 5 and 6. It was cool to see a whole new cast of characters reminiscing from the first movie, and of course, it's always good to see Neve Campbell come back. She is the Scream Queen. But now we come to the 7th installment of this horror movie franchise. That's right, 7. Neve Campbell is back, her daughter comes into the picture, and you already know that this is going to be a passing of the torch kind of movie. With all that being said, I am happy to say that Scream is back, baby. Or so I thought. Yeah, this wasn't really good. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Neve Campbell coming back to try and save this franchise. I'm always going to enjoy watching Neve Campbell come back as Sidney Prescott battling Ghostface. But I definitely feel that there is another version of this movie out there somewhere. And there definitely is. Now, before I list off my list of gripes and things that I did not like about this movie, I'm going to become an optimist for a few minutes and share what I did enjoy about this movie. Just to start, from the beginning of Act 1 and so on, it actually kind of started pretty solid. You have the traditional Ghostface killing of the boyfriend/girlfriend character, whichever one it may be, or even both. And I will say, adding them walk into the Mocker house from the first movie as an Airbnb, I gotta say, that actually was kind of an interesting throwback addition to this film. And then you bring back Neve Campbell and introduce the audience to her daughter Tatum, which she named after her best friend from the first movie, who unfortunately died at the hands of Ghostface in a garage door. You can tell Sydney's moved on from all this. She's working at her own coffee shop now. And then Ghostface decides to give her a call, and all hell starts to break loose again. I really want to elaborate more on this, but it kind of delves into spoiler territory, so I'm going to keep it spoiler free right here from now on. And now when it comes to a Scream movie, everybody's going to ask, how are the kills? In this movie, they're not too bad. There are a couple gruesome ones in this one, but other than that, it's not really over the top. All right, there's my list of good things. Now let's delve into the bad things. The bads start coming into play once the second act of the film happens. As I said before, it starts out solid, and then when the second act begins, it becomes pretty stupid. Scream 7, unfortunately, is nothing but pure nostalgia bait. The second Tatum's new boyfriend walks in through the window, flashback to the first Scream movie of Billy Loomis doing that to Sidney, you immediately know that things are going to take a turn for the worse. And then, of course, you add the cliche horror movie characters making completely stupid decisions. But let's be honest, in horror movies these days, that's kind of normal at this point. But the thing that really struggles here is just the script overall. There are some line deliveries from these characters that are just seems like they don't even try. I don't know, to me I just thought they were utterly stupid and ridiculous at some points. And then when it comes down to being toward the final act, the hiding from Ghostface method, it just becomes repetitive. It's the same thing over and over and over again, and it just becomes stupid. I will admit it was nice to see Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding return to this movie, but I gotta ask, what exactly were they doing in here? It's nice to see the character of Mindy do the whole do's and don'ts of surviving in a horror movie ordeal, but later on, and especially in this movie, it just becomes annoying. Even a fan favorite character in here, Gale Weathers, played by Courtney Cox, she really didn't do much in here. I love Courtney Cox, I love Gale Weathers, but putting her in this movie really didn't do much of anything besides, again, becoming another point of nostalgia. But the big factor that really pissed me off was the use of AI leading up to the reveal of who Ghostface was. No. Why would you do that? Right when the climax of this movie hits, it just throws you a whole bunch of fake stuff that you don't want to be a part of this movie. Now, of course, a big fan favorite from the original Scream is Matthew Lillard as Stu Macher. I will say it is no spoiler that Matthew Lillard himself has already confirmed that he is a part of Scream 7, and I am here to confirm, yes, he is in the movie. For what he's given in here, it is nice to see Matthew Lillard come back and take on the role of Stu Macher once again. It's like he never left. So without spoiling anything, Matthew Lillard does serve his purpose in here. So overall, unfortunately, Scream 7 is a pure letdown, especially for Scream fans like me. It started out solid, then once halfway through the movie when the second act starts, it just becomes dumb. A bad script with incorporating AI into the killer reveal and adding many different points of nostalgia to try and put people into their seats. I gotta agree with another one of my favorite movie critics on YouTube, Jeremy Johns. Scream 7 is unfortunately the rise of Skywalker of the Scream franchise. Shout out Jeremy Johns, you the man, dog. This sadly goes down as my least favorite movie in the Scream franchise, and I'm going to give Scream 7 a 2 out of 5. Now, at the time of filming this, they have already announced that Scream 8 is in the works, and I am really hoping that they do much better than what this was. They don't necessarily need to bring back Neve Campbell, even though she is the Scream Queen. Do it like 5 and 6. Make it a whole new cast of characters, a whole new storyline that incorporates Ghostface somehow, but just don't lean your movie onto pure nostalgia. Kevin Williamson is a great writer. The other Scream movies were really fun to watch, but of course, Wes Craven was attached to that team, so you can't give him any doubts either. But with Kevin Williamson being a great writer, does not necessarily mean that he is a great director. So yeah, overall, this was just a disappointment. But now I turn it to you guys. Have you guys seen Scream 7? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up for this video. I really appreciate you watching this. And as always, look forward to more movie reviews coming onto this channel as well as other content. And until then, this is Dylan and the Nerds of the Square Table, signing out.